So it's not that I'm either like super into AI or not into AI. Like it's not that black and white for me. It's like I'm just waiting to see what's happening. But because I have worked with you now on the podcast and you're so into it, I actually have spent a lot more time actually investigating. And so, for instance, I just launched my venture firm, Divergent Ventures, and as a part of that, I've decided to bootstrap as much as possible, and that includes creating the website, creating the one sheeters, and things like that. And so, based on feedback about how things were going, I actually have been using ChatGPT. So, for instance, I'll go through and create a paragraph or create characteristics of something that I want to say. So, for instance, if I wanted to figure out like a really nice tagline to put on my website, and so I put in all the things I wanted, and I was like, help summarize this in one sentence. And then I just kept regenerating it. And then the tagline I actually got, I was like, oh, this is excellent, actually. This is actually what I was intending on doing. That's why I deeply agree with you on this. I'm starting to help unlock my confidence and being able to like maybe I can do more of this creative stuff myself because I used to farm out everything because I'm a public speaker too. So every time I would create a presentation, I would just do the like basic part of the content, explain to my copywriter and to my designer what I wanted, and then they would just create this for me. And on my most recent iteration of all of my decks, I've actually done it myself between using Canva and ChatGPT. Do you think from your larger thesis, which is that eventually there's going to be some creative roles that can be taken because of AI? I think it's true. That's primarily because I've now experienced it, having gone through and done this part of the process.
I want to point out something you said and make a distinction. I do not believe that ChatGPT, let me call it just GPT. ChatGPT is the product that OpenAI has developed, but GPT-3 is really the technology that we're talking about. The distinction I want to make is that I do not believe it's going to take creativity jobs or creative jobs. You are still the creator in this instance. It needs to be prompted. And in this instance, think of ChatGPT and GPT and these large language models as paintbrushes. A very average painter with a paintbrush would paint a very average picture, but an artistic person could potentially paint a masterpiece. And even in the example that you're giving, you still had to give creative direction to that person that designed it. And in that way, that person was merely just your paintbrush. And that's still going to happen. Will these tools, these AI tools, eliminate the labor part of creation? Sure. It's going to make things really, really fast. What would have been a team of 3 is now a team of 1. That is absolutely going to happen. But it is not going to take the job of being creative. That is always a skill of the future. And I'm long on that one.
Yeah, I'm happy that you clarified that because that is the point. Like, I needed to go through and do that deep soul searching to start to get to the things that were most important to me so then I could have that assistant help me distill it down into a very nuanced way. Also, if anyone's listened to this podcast, they know I'm verbose, right? So, like, it's always a challenge for me to get things down to the simplest piece just because I'm a Southerner and we storytell.